Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Ruth Soltman, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. I want to welcome you, all of our viewers and listeners, whether you are on Facebook or YouTube, Rumble, or now Twitter, because we are now streaming live on Twitter, or wherever you might be listening to the replay. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. So please hit the like or the thumbs up buttons, and please share and retweet. I greatly appreciate that. And please say hello if you're here, because I would love to hear from you. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you here. Hello, Joyce Guess. How are you doing? Nice to see you. A few announcements while everybody's kind of coming in. I know there's a little bit of a lag sometimes. So please check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OLT as in Tom, M as in Mary, AN as in Nancy.com. You can get all kinds of information about my books, my oracle cards, and my services. Thank you to all of you that joined us this past Saturday for the Spiritual Message Circle. The energy and the messages were absolutely amazing. If you haven't yet, please join us for our next one, which is Saturday, April 15th at 8 p.m. And for a small donation of only $20, or you can donate more if you like, but it's a minimum of $20, you will receive a message from each one of the show hosts that are present that night. It's a really fun time. Come on over and join our Goldylocks Productions group on Telegram. There's so much amazing energy and information going on over there. If you're not there, you're really missing out on a lot of stuff. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Carol Ann. Nice to see you, ladies. Goldylocks Productions has an online store where you can purchase some awesome merchandise. So check out, we've got some new designs up there from, all the different show hosts. They've been recently added, and I just saw Tiffany's post either yesterday or today that everything is currently, I believe, 20% off. And don't forget to check out the Goldylocks Productions oracle cards. These cards are so amazing. And, each one has a message on it from a different show host. And this is what they look like. And we've been all using them on our shows. Tiffany was kind enough to gift us each of the show hosts a set of cards. And they're just absolutely beautiful cards. So if you want to check that out, there's a direct link to order them. And they will be shipped right to your house. You can also become a Goldylocks VIP member. There are different levels of membership and different perks for each of those memberships. So check that out through Patreon or YouTube. And there is a special VIP show twice a month. Think about sponsoring one of the Goldylocks Productions shows. When you sponsor a show, you get some advertisement there for your small business. And it will be shown, Tiffany will make up like a little commercial, and it will be shown during the show that you're sponsoring. So it's a great way to get your information out there. It's not required, but if you would like to give a tip or donation, you can do that via my Venmo or Super Chat or Super Sticker on YouTube or Rumble Rant on Rumble. And if you make a donation of $5 or more, you will move to the front of the line when I do messages, and you'll get a little bit longer message. So Robert, thank you so much for your super sticker, and I have you down. I want to thank every one of you that show your support by liking and sharing my posts and my show information. I am very grateful for each and every one of you. Now I have a couple of events coming up. One is this Saturday, and that's in Magnolia, Texas. It is, that will be April 1st. Can't believe we're going to be in April already, right? I will be at the Homeopathic Metaphysical Craft Spring Fling Fair in Magnolia, Texas from 10 to 4. And I'll have my books and some handmade items. And I will also be doing readings. Then on May 13th, I will be at Copperfield's Bookshop in Spring, Texas from 11 to 4 for the 2023 Indie Author Fair. I was able to attend that last year, and it was so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to both of those events this year. Most of you know Melissa Parks from her show, Joyful Findings, right here on Goldylocks Productions every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Melissa's brother made his transition yesterday. So let's all send our condolences, tons of love, light, and healing to Melissa and her family. We love you, Melissa, and we're all thinking of you. Hello, Linnell. So it's Manifesting March still for a few more days at least. And, you know, that's all about the new beginnings, rebirth, growth, manifesting. We've been talking about this all month. So keep putting your intentions out there because they're starting to sprout. They're starting to sprout. So continue to clear away any blocks that or anything that is keeping you from that abundance coming to you. If you don't feel that you're worthy, you have to work on that because you are worthy. And feeling like you're not worthy or deserving of the good that is coming to you is going to block it and keep it from coming to you. So continue to do your healing, heal your past issues. Continue to absorb and integrate all of this amazing energy that's around us all the time and let it integrate into your own energy. Let it become a part of you. And that's going to make your energy even that stronger. Everything that you're planting now, you're going to be reaping in abundant April. And don't forget, April starts on Saturday. That is the 1st. So that's real exciting stuff. Melissa also has a birthday this week. I'm not sure if it's the 30th or 31st. I believe it's the 30th. But Tiffany can clarify that. So really keep her in your thoughts this week. You know, she's got a lot of stuff going on right now. And my birthday is next week on Tuesday. And I'm going to be doing a raffle and a giveaway on my show next week. So for a love donation of $5, that will give you entry into the raffle. Okay, tomorrow is Melissa's birthday, the 30th. I'm going to post a little bit more about it next week with the links on how to make your donation. But if you'd like to get in on it early, you can send $5 to my Venmo. Just put in the note that it's for the raffle, and I will put your name on the wheel. The names will be chosen live on my show next week. So I'm going to share with you what I'm going to be raffling off. And the first thing I have is a deck of Work Your Light Oracle cards. And I know you've seen some of us use these on our shows. They're absolutely beautiful cards. I also have, it's right behind me, this beautiful Count Your Blessings jar. And it also comes with some really pretty cards where you can write your blessings on there. And the last item I have is this awesome wind chime. And it is shaped like an angel. And as you see, it makes a really nice sound. So just imagine that on your porch or your patio. When the wind blows, it's going to sound amazing. And then as part of the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away a 15-minute mini reading and the ABCs of Self-Healing, one of my books. Hello, Samir. Nice to see you here. Glad you could make it. So I'm going to be sharing more of that on social media, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up on what I had. So that will be next week live on my show. Oh, if you purchase a raffle ticket and I have your information, that would be fantastic. If you miss the show or something, you'll have to contact me. But in order to win a giveaway, a free giveaway, you have to be live on the show. So I want to tell you, this has really been an interesting week for me so far. So I'm going to share a story with you, which is probably going to seem absolutely silly to all of you, to most of you. But I had to renew my driver's license this week. And ever since I was 16 years old and I first got my license, I've always dreaded going in to renew it because I would stress about it for weeks. I would be really nervous that I was going to have to take a test. I didn't like taking the test. I always felt like they were trying to trick me with some of the questions. How far do you stop from the railroad? How far this, how far that? And it would always I would get a lot of anxiety about it. And now I've been driving for a very long time and I do know what I'm doing and I obey all the traffic rules and all that. But the idea of taking the test always really stressed me out. So I always put it off, until, I have to go now because, if things don't work out well when I go, I need time to go back. That's never happened to me before, ever. So I thought this time I would try a different perspective. And I didn't stress out about it. I just told myself that everything will work out for my best and highest good. And I wasn't nervous going or anything. And everything went really well. I went in, I had an appointment for 10:33. Why that time, I don't know, but that's what they offered. Because now you have to make an appointment since COVID started. That's fantastic because how many times have we gone to renew our driver's license and sat there for hours and hours and hours because they have you pick a number? But no, I'm hoping this never changes because it's so much more convenient and it's so much quicker. Because my appointment was at 10:33 and I was done and out the door at 10:39. I mean, that is amazing. No test, just a vision one because he saw that I wear glasses when I'm driving. But one thing is I'm always concerned about what kind of documentation do I need? You would think in your head, you take your driver's license there, they see you already have it. Oh, okay, we know this is you. We can see your picture. Here's your information. You had to have that at one time to get your license, right? No, you got to take all kinds of paperwork to prove your identity. So I had to take my birth certificate. I had to take my marriage license from the 1990s because my birth certificate name doesn't match my driver's license. But I was prepared. I was even overly prepared because I was determined I was not going to be going back there a second time just because I didn't have something with me. Because that actually happened to me when I first moved to Texas and went to get my original Texas license. Had no idea that I would have to have my marriage license. Lucky for me, I only lived 5 minutes away and I knew right where it was. So that worked out well. But anyway, the point is that our minds are very powerful. What we believe will be true for us. We will convince ourselves of that. We can convince ourselves of anything that we want to. So be mindful of what you are saying or telling yourself because your mind is listening. It is listening and it is believing it and it is becoming your truth. So I was bound and determined I wasn't going to have that same kind of experience and I didn't. And it's amazing. I just came out of there like I was walking on air. I felt such a relief. So silly as it may be, probably no one else in the history of the world gets nervous going to renew the driver's license. And I don't know why I always have. I guess it's just the test thing. Hello, Destiny. Nice to see you here. And Sam, thank you so much for your super sticker. Oh, for the raffle. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I will write that down. Raffle. I got you in there, Sam. So it started me thinking about how powerful our mind is and how it can compel us to believe so much nonsense. And I started thinking about different situations, in my life that I've been involved in, with other people, and how powerful those thoughts can be and how they can make you believe something is your truth when it isn't. Hello, Jan. Oh, Sarah, thank you. Sarah said she's the same way when she has to go. Well, I'm really happy to know I'm not the only one. Because, when I moved here 13 years ago, and this is the first time I've had to go in and renew it. They wouldn't let me do it online. So back in 2015, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. Now, she chose not to have traditional treatments like radiation or chemo, and she didn't really feel like she was in a good enough health for surgery. She felt that any of those treatments would diminish her quality of life because she had experienced that with other family members. So when we went to the doctor and he first told her, she was adamant with him. How much time do I have left? How much time? How much time? And, he would tell her, I don't know how much time, but in my medical opinion, based on other patients that I've had in your situation, if I remember right, he told her like 1.5 to 2 years. Worst thing he could have ever done was to tell her a number. She lived almost 2 years after that diagnosis. And I truly believe, and I believe this at the time, it hit me right away when it was said, if she wouldn't have asked him, I really believe she would have lived longer. Once she got that number in her head, she accepted that as her truth. In 2 years, I will be gone. That's what it meant to her. And it ended up becoming her truth. Our minds are so, so powerful. We can make ourselves believe anything that we want to. How many things do you tell yourself that have now become part of your truth? Make sure you're not telling yourself someone else's truth and accepting it as your own truth. Your truth will resonate deep within you. You will know your truth. Just pay attention. I saw this video on social media the other day, and it really made me sad. There was this woman, and she was talking about something that happened to her when she was young. She was a cheerleader, and she was a little bit overweight. And she heard some boy talking about her, and he said that she was too fat to be a cheerleader. She said that comment stayed with her and affected her like most of her life. When she did get old, it diminished her self-confidence. It diminished her self-esteem, her self-love. And after a while, because, she believed what she heard and she accepted that as her truth. But after a while, as she grew and evolved, she knew that was not her truth. And over the years, she began to work on healing, to heal herself from that pain that had caused her. And she learned to accept herself for everything that she is. And she started believing in herself again. She learned to love herself again. And how many times has something like that happened to us? How many times have we heard something from someone else and believed that is our truth? We might have overheard a comment or a conversation that really stuck with us. Release that. Release that. That is not your truth. That is something that is based on their perspective, and it has more to say about them than it does about you. That is not your truth. What we believe about ourselves, that is what matters, not what other people think. Don't let other people project their stuff onto you. You have enough stuff of your own that you need to get rid of and heal. So don't take on anyone else's. And I can remember back when I was younger, of course, I always cared what other people thought about what I did, about what I wore, different things. And as I got older, I realized how unimportant that is. What matters is what I think about myself and how I feel about myself. I'm going to be the one constant in my life the entire time I'm on this planet. Other people may come and go, but I am always going to be with me. And if I can't accept myself and love myself, what is the point? You have to be able to honor yourself and honor your own truth. I can remember having a conversation with my brother one time, and he was going somewhere or something, and he was always very self-confident about himself. And he kept thinking, what are people going to think about this? Or I don't remember if it was something he was wearing, or I can't remember the situation. but he was so concerned about what everyone else was going to think. And I told him it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It's what you think about yourself that's important. And he goes, well, he goes, yeah. He goes, I know you don't care what anybody else thinks. And I don't focus on what other people think. No. I don't let that control my life. No. And he said I was really lucky. But I don't think it's about luck. I think it's about letting go of the need for other people's approval in your life. Their approval doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, you know, anyone likes the clothes you're wearing today. Do you like them? Are they comfortable? Do they feel right for you? Then that's all that matters. We can't continually let other people dictate our lives, right? Get rid of that idea that we have to have others' approval for anything. We don't. Only ourselves. Only ourselves. He is a bit better than he used to be about it, but it's something he is still working on. And it's something that when I was younger and I really realized that and really let it go, that need for others' approval, let me tell you, it's a very freeing feeling. It really is. So have you ever just like woke up late when you needed to be somewhere? Or maybe you spilled your coffee as you're going out the door, and then you get stuck in traffic, making you even later. All the while telling yourself, oh, this is a terrible day, or this is going to be a really bad day. Look at how it's starting out. We've all done that. How do you think the rest of your day is going to go if you're thinking like that? You're already telling yourself what a bad day it is. Your mind is listening to that. Now it becomes your truth. You're going to see everything from the perspective of this is a bad day. No matter what happens to you, you're going to see it from that viewpoint. What if instead you see it a different way, right? You woke up late. Well, perhaps, just perhaps, your body was exhausted and needed that little bit extra rest. You spilled your coffee. Oh, well, it's not like you can't get another cup, right? It's not a big deal. Stuck in traffic? Well, maybe that helped you to avoid being in an accident. You're a little late for work or an appointment, the world will adjust. It's not the end of the world. You will get there at exactly the right time. Everything happens for a reason, everything. And once you figure that out, life becomes so much easier. When you change your perspective, you see things in a completely different light. I can remember like saying this all the time when my kids were growing up. Everything happens for a reason. And something would happen and it would be like something really out of the blue. And my kids would be like, I know, Mom, I know everything happens for a reason. And I'm glad that, you know, me living that all the time, that they picked up on that. So I can remember when I turned 40, my mom said to me, just wait. Now that you're 40, you're going to wake up with aches and pains every morning. You're going to be groaning and moaning when you get out of bed. And I told her, I said, no, I won't. It's not going to be me. And I still don't wake up like that. I just roll out of bed fine every morning. I decided that was not my truth and it wasn't going to be my truth. And many years ago, a lot of my female friends were going through menopause. And you would hear them talk about all of their symptoms, brain fog, hot flashes, and so on. And they would tell me things that I had to look forward to. And I said, nope, not me. And to this day, I have never experienced any of those symptoms. I would not accept that. I just said, that's no. And people would tell me, oh, you're so lucky. I don't think it's luck at all. It's a mindset. It was a change in my mindset. I didn't believe those things would happen. That stuff may have been their truth, but I never accepted it as mine. I chose a different path. And we can all do that. We don't have to listen to what other people say, is going to be a part of our journey or is a part of our truth. We are the only ones that know what is going to be our truth or what is our truth. And this week, I have been getting a message loud and clear. Well, for 3 days now. And that message is joy, joy. We all need more joy in our lives, and we all do. Have you ever heard anyone complaining they had too much joy? Not at all. There is so much chaos going on in the world around us, and it can cause anxiety, and it can cause stress, and it can cause grief. When we focus on it, all of those things lower our vibration. That is not a place where we want to be. We need to be in a place of love and a place of joy. That is what raises our frequency and our vibration. So back in like 2014, I believe it was, my mom moved from Michigan, where she was living alone, to Texas around a lot of her family. Now, she had some family in Michigan, but they all had really busy lives, and she didn't see them as often as she would like. And when she moved here, she was surrounded by me and my kids, so her grandkids, 3 of her grandkids, and a whole bunch of her great-grandkids. Well, all of her grandkids that were born at that time, by that time, lived here in Texas. So she got a lot of time to spend with her great-grandkids. And that brought her a lot of joy. She loved seeing them play, listening to them laugh, and she laughed all the time. She would tell me often that since she moved, she hasn't laughed so much in her life as she has since she moved to Texas. She really enjoyed laughing so much. Sometimes, her mouth would get, how your mouth would get sore when you laugh so much? Well, sometimes that would happen, but she loved it because it really lifted her spirits. Joy does that. It lifts and raises our spirits. It raises our vibration. And I'm sure you've heard the expression, laughter is the best medicine. It truly is. And I was reminded this week about joy because of my granddaughter, Judy. Now, Judy just turned 2 in December. And this girl is just a bundle of joy. She really is. We were sitting outside the other day, and I said, "Do you want to play ball?" And she said, "Yeah." And so I handed her the ball. Okay? I handed it to her like this, an invisible ball. She comes over, she gets the ball, or she wants me to throw the ball. So I throw the ball, and she's running over there to get the ball. And she looks, she goes, "Where is it?" She goes, "Oh, there it is." And she picks it up, and she brings it back to me. And we played this for probably 20 or 30 minutes. And she was just laughing and having so much fun with this invisible ball. And this child was so hilarious about it, though. She's like, she would make up stuff, and she's like, "No, it's not there. Oh, it fell over there." And she would just run that way and pick it up. And she was absolutely hilarious. And then later that night, she comes to me and she goes, "Grandma, I want to play ball." I said, "Okay." So I was throwing it for her in the house. And same thing. She's just absolutely hilarious. She loves playing with the invisible ball. And I thought, wow, what a great imagination this kid has. Not only does she pretend like there's a ball, but she goes and she gets it. She brings it back to me. She's pointing where it rolled to, from this spot to that spot. I mean, like she really saw the ball. And it was so much fun. And that's what started reminding me of how we all need so much more joy in our lives. She had me laughing so hard that day. So what brings you joy? You do more of that. You need more of that in your life, and find more things that bring you joy. And what happens when you have a heart full of joy? That joy brings laughter, and laughter is wonderful energy for you. And joy also brings gratitude because it reminds you of all the things that you have to be grateful for. So much, so much. We all have so much to be grateful for. Let me just check some of these messages here. Okay. And Joyce said, "I renewed in a Hannaford's grocery store last year, and I always stress too. They allow it in New York now. Go to one next time around, less stress." I don't know if they do that here. I have never heard of that before. Sam says, do not need anyone else's garbage. My trash can is already full. Exactly. And you need to get rid of that trash. Go throw it in a dumpster, or go throw it in the, or recycle it. But you need to get rid of it. You don't need to be carrying that around anymore. Yes, Destiny, I will gladly put you on my list. One more serving of joy, please. Yeah, we cannot get enough joy, really. And, as a society, as a community, and just individually and within our families, we have all been through a lot since the beginning of 2020. Our lives have changed tremendously. And I think sometimes a lot of people focus on so much on all the chaos that was going around us that we forgot about the joy. We forgot how to have fun. And we really need to do that again. And I know for a long time, a lot of those things were not available to people. We couldn't go to the movies, or we couldn't go, to a myriad of places that people always enjoy. So we can do that now. Take advantage of it. Let's see. Sarah said, I love that. I've been getting a similar message of joy and happiness. Oh, awesome. Oh, Joy said they have a pharmacy where you test your eyes. Well, that's pretty cool. I love that. That makes it so much easier. Hello, Veronica. So nice to see you here. I'm going to go ahead and start giving out messages. And I want to put it in the comments if you would like to receive a message. And I'm going to start with Robert. Let's see what we have for you, Robert. Let's see what we have for Robert. Okay. Oh, and I also want to say a huge thank you to all of my tips and donations that I received last month, because it is paying for my show this month. So thank you all so much. You are greatly appreciated. Jan, I got you down. Okay. I am very grateful. Ooh. All right, Robert, let's see what we have for you. I'm going to give you one of the Energize cards. Oh, that one. Oh. Spirit never ceases to amaze me. This card flipped over for you, Robert, and it's a message from Melissa Parks. Check this out. Create your path with joy. That is just what we've been talking about. Joy. Create your path with joy. I love that. So do that, Robert. Fill your path with things that bring you joy. Let's see what else we have for you, Robert. Hello, Robin. Oh, thank you. We love you too. Robin is listening while she's driving. Drive safely. And Robert, this is a great card for you. Accept what is dying. Let go of all of those things that no longer serve you. Let go of anything that is not for your best and highest good. It's okay for it to die away. It's not yours to begin with. It's not something that you need to be carrying around with you. So get rid of it and put it to rest. And it's okay to let it go. Sometimes we hang on to that old hurt. We hang on to different things that we think were done to us in the past. And also, Robert, they want you to raise your vibration. I know you've been doing a lot of work, spiritual work. Continue to do that. You are continuing to raise your frequency and vibration. And you're probably going to start to notice, maybe some people will fall away from your life because your vibration is no longer matching theirs. And that's all natural, because new people with a higher vibration are going to start coming into your orbit. So you want to continue with that work that you are doing. It's making a huge difference in your life. But shed all of that stuff that isn't doing you any good, because you don't want to take a chance in that blocking anything that's going to be coming to you. Because I see a lot of good things coming your way. Destiny, I'm really having some issues tonight. So wondering if you could help release some of the whatever this is. It's not mine, but it's causing fear and panic. Destiny, let me ask you a question. I pay attention to like when I see you on different shows, and I pay attention to a lot of your comments. And I want to ask you a question. And I will get to your message in a minute. But do you use the protective bubble to shield yourself from negativity and stuff from other people? Because if not, you're absorbing a lot of energy from other people that you don't want to absorb. And you know, back in the day when I went to massage school, I had a reading with someone, and they told me that after I do massages, I need to clear that energy because I was hanging on to other people's stuff. And, you know, so I learned how to quit doing that. And then I always would put on my protective bubble or my protective shield so that I didn't absorb other people's energies. Now, just people we come in contact with, people that we work with, people that we, you know, that even that we come in contact with, that we might pass by in the store, on the street, their energy can still affect us. So let me know about that. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Heather. Everyone wish Melissa Parks a very happy birthday tomorrow. So let me know about that, Destiny. I'm really interested, because I feel like you're absorbing a lot of stuff from other people that I don't feel is your stuff. And you know, that kind of negative energy can affect our bodies in a lot of ways. And it can be very powerful. And sometimes we might feel like it's our own stuff until we really sit with it for a while. I do, but it seems I am coming ungrounded and need to do it several times. That's interesting. That is interesting. So let's see what card we have for you. Now, I'm not so sure I can speak to that much because I haven't had that experience. Whenever I put on my shield, it's always like protected me for as long as I needed it to. And I always, like, the way I learned to do it years ago was I was told to picture a gold band around me one direction and then a silver band in the other direction, and then enclose that circle with white light. And then they told me that you can also put reflective mirrors on the outside. I don't really do that part anymore. I got sidetracked. But I love the idea of just thinking about it and instantaneously being in that bubble. I was talking with one of my granddaughters a couple of weeks ago, and she was telling me about some issue she was having in school with this really weird energy she was feeling from another student. And I talked to her about the bubble. And she said, oh my gosh, I used to do that when I was little. So I'm wondering if I taught her that. I don't really remember. And she used it the next day, and she told me how much it helped. She said it made a huge difference. There you go. The 12D shield. That would be a great protective shield for you, Destiny. I think I missed someone. Let's see who. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay. Now let's see. I don't remember now if I pulled a card for you, Destiny. I totally got off my train of thought. But here's one for you in case I didn't. Raise your vibration. And there's so many ways we can do this. And when you raise your vibration, you're going to be vibrating away from a lot of the lower energies of other people. And singing is a great way to do that. It changes your whole energetic vibration and your frequency. Dancing, just movement, just move around your house and flap your arms like a duck or something if you want. No, ducks don't have arms, but you can mimic the wings. That's what I meant by that. In case someone's out there thinking, what is she talking about? But movement really helps. It helps to change the energy directly around you. So try that as well. And I know that Tiffany has done the 12D Shield protective bubble on her show before, and it was amazing. Sam says, Destiny, for grounding, imagine yourself in a cylinder. Request Mother Earth to extend this to her. Once you have this, imagine mini cylinder in front of you and use hands to clean it with gold light and push all debris to Mother Earth. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see what we have for. So I hope that helps, Destiny. I really do. Let's see what we have for Jan. Jan. Okay. Jan. What do we have for Jan today? Express your joy, Jan. Express your joy. You need to have more fun. I know you spend a lot of time working, and you need to just do more things that you enjoy. Maybe it's spending more time like walking your dog or taking the dog to the beach. Because I know you have that puppy, a new puppy. And find things that really resonate joy for you. So find out what resonates joy for you. And try to do more things that bring you joy. And don't focus on, oh, I'm so tired, or I don't have the energy for this, or work is stressing me out. You need to relax more and do more things that are fun. Because you have to balance that out. If you keep it all about work, that's not healthy. You have to have that balance in your life. So you have to have the equal balance with fun and play and work. So keep that in mind, Jan. Maybe you can, you'll find a new hobby you like, or, travel a little bit more. So see what comes up for you. See what fun things really resonate with you. And let's see. Destiny said, I really do appreciate you all for everything. It's been intense, and you have all helped me with so much over the last month or so. Lots of love and appreciation. Well, I'm glad that we can help, Destiny. Robert said, thank you, Ruth. Letting go sounds good and helpful. And it's also healthy. And letting go is what's going to help you be able to move forward, because you can't move forward when something's pulling you back, because you're, it's kind of like, I keep seeing a picture of somebody with a ball and chain around their ankle, and they're trying to move forward, but that thing is just too heavy and it won't let them. You have to get rid of that first in order to, move forward. Jan said, thank you, Ruth. Travel and art were in my mind when you pulled the card. Needed that. Thank you. You're welcome. You are so welcome. And Joyce, nurture yourself first. So important to remember. You can't give away something that you don't have. You have to fill yourself up first. And as a mother and as a grandmother, I know that, it's not always an easy thing to do, to put yourself first. Because as moms, we just want to protect our children and do what we can for them. And it doesn't matter, where we put ourselves. But we have to start putting ourselves first and foremost, especially with love, nurturing, self-care. We have to start taking better care of ourselves, all of us. So I hope that's a good reminder for you, Joyce. Put yourself first more. You might not be able to do it 100% of the time yet, but you will eventually. So start trying it a little at a time if you need to, before you just go full in. And Sam, go for your dreams. Go for your dreams. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything hold you back. And now is a really good time to start planting those seeds of what you want to sprout and grow. So, we're never too old to dream a new dream. We're never too rich, too poor, too tall, too short, too anything. Sometimes, too, we could be in a relationship with another person. This doesn't have to be a marriage, but we could be in a relationship with another person. And together we get this wonderful dream that we want to fulfill together. That maybe that person's not in your life anymore. And all of a sudden you feel like, that's not my dream anymore. But it still can be. And we all need to remember that. We can start a new dream at any point in our life, any point. So go for your dreams and don't let anything stop you or hold you back. Don't let anything get in the way. Once you stay really focused on what you want, Sam, you are going to achieve it. Joyce said, thank you. I always need a nudge. You are welcome. We all do from time to time, don't we? We all need those nudges from time to time. If anyone else would like a message, please drop it in the comments and I will get to you. I'm going to send a comment out to Robin because she cannot be texting while she's driving. Robin, you got make a plan. Make a plan. Is there something new that is coming into your life or something new you've been thinking about? Sit down and write out a plan. And this isn't something that you have to follow step by step, but it's going to give you an outline or a guideline and help you, take one step at a time towards whatever it is you're trying to achieve. But I always love to write stuff out. I've mentioned this millions of times that I'm a list person. I like to make a list so I don't forget to do things or forget about whatever. And it's nice to see it in writing. I'm a visual learner, so that always helps me. And then as I, master each one of those steps on my plan, then you can see your accomplishments and it helps to, boost you to want to go further and achieve the next part of your plan. All right. So I hope that resonates with you, Robin. Heather. Rejuvenate, Heather. Rejuvenate. I know you just got back from a wonderful trip, and I'm sure that wore you out because anytime travel is always fun when you're doing it. It's always exhausting. And you always need recovery time when you get home. But I feel like you need to relax a little bit more and spend a little bit more time just focusing on yourself, on what you need, whether it's, 20 minutes of quiet time or it's a nice hot bubble bath, um, whatever that is. Make sure that you are fulfilling all of your needs. Self-care is so important. You don't want to get yourself to the point where you're just completely worn out and exhausted, because that doesn't do you any good at all. Okay. Let's pull a card for Sarah. Sarah, Super Space Cookie. Build on solid ground. Build on solid ground. When we build something that is not from a place of love or a place of truth, what happens? It's going to crumble down. It's going to crumble down and just be there all around you. And you're going to have to pick up the pieces and rebuild. When you rebuild, now that you know who you are, now that you know your truth, now that you know how to make decisions through love, you're going to be able to rebuild on solid ground, because it's going to be on that solid foundation of love and that solid foundation on your truth. So just remember that, Sarah. No matter how much, we might feel like things are crumbling around us, you're going to rebuild it all based on a foundation of love and truth. And that is going to be such a solid foundation. Absolutely perfect. Heather said, thank you. Quiet time sounds perfect. It does. It really does. Robin said, thank you so much, Ruth. I made it home. Spot on. I have too many things at once, and you're the second person today to tell me to make a plan and do one thing at a time. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Awesome. Awesome. See, you didn't listen the first time, Robin. So they had to say it a little louder. And now it's time. Okay, now we need a message for Veronica. Very happy you could join us tonight, Veronica. Let's see what we have for you. So I have noticed since we had the clock change, I don't want to say the time change because, time doesn't exist. But since we had to change our clocks, I have noticed such a difference in my sleeping. It's been terrible. I have such a hard time going to sleep at night, and then I haven't gotten up on time, at my usual time, I don't think, one day since the clocks were changed. And it's not that, I don't know, it throws something off in my system. And this happens to me every time we do this. So it's not anything new. It usually lasts for about 2 weeks with me, but it's just been driving me crazy. Laying there in bed, tossing and turning for hours, and then, So I don't know if anybody else, if your bodies are reactive to that, but mine always has been. It took me a long time to figure out that's what it was, but that's, once I figured out the times of the year that it happened, I started paying attention, and then I realized exactly what it was. Joyce said her sleep is terrible too. That 3 a.m. wake-up call. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sarah said, perfect validation. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Sarah. You are so welcome. Veronica, tune out distractions. Tune out distractions. Anything that might be keeping you from your main focus. Anything that might be distracting you. I mean, it could be something real small that you not even realize is distracting you. Maybe it's your thoughts, maybe you're focusing on doing, say, a task, and your thoughts are like, oh, you can do that later. Oh, you don't really need to do that now. You need to shut off all of those distractions and just focus on what it is you want to grow. And I just pulled a card for Melissa. Nurture yourself first. Make sure to take extra good care of yourself right now, Melissa, especially right now. You know, a lot of times things that happen in our life and we get, that causes us sadness or grief, that, that can bring down our immune system. So make sure you're taking extra good care of yourself and make sure that you're nurturing yourself and giving yourself as much love as you possibly can. Now, I know you're always sending it out to other people, but you have to make sure that you are giving yourself what you need as well. Robin said, I am doing a lot of astral traveling in my sleep and waking up like I've been up all night. Oh, yes, I totally understand that, Robin. I totally understand. Carol Ann, begin to explore. What are you going to explore, Carol Ann? Maybe it's a new gift. Maybe it's a new hobby. Maybe you're just going to go deep inside and explore some of your beliefs or some of your, some of the things that you really want to manifest in your life. Whatever it is that you want to explore, start doing that. Because I feel like it's really going to benefit you. I feel like you're going to learn even more about yourself than you already know. So I think that's really exciting. It's always fun to learn new things about ourselves. And got a couple minutes left. Just a reminder, don't forget about the raffle next week. And yes, you can still make your donation the night of the show. The only difference is if you do it ahead of time, then the wheel, your name's already going to be on the wheel, and I don't have to do it during the show. So I'm pretty excited. I haven't had a raffle since Christmas. So I have pulled a card for Tiffany, and it says, trust the divine plan. I know you do this, Tiffany, and I know you know this. And sometimes I do feel like you might get a little bit, it might test your patience sometimes, let's say. Not that you don't trust it or not that you don't believe it. But, it tries all of our patience sometimes because we're human. And that's what us humans do. We want things quicker, even though we know sometimes it takes longer for things to manifest or to happen or to, evolve in our life. And, that can just sometimes, make us feel like we're a little, not crazy. I don't like that word, but sometimes we can stress ourselves out because of the whole patience issue. I'm not saying you do that, Tiffany, but some of us, do. We get ourselves all stressed out thinking this should happen faster. And everything's going to happen the way it's going to happen because it's all in divine order. I did pull one last card for everyone, and it's from the Goldylocks Productions cards, Energized, and it's a message from Tiffany, White Sage Woman. How perfect. It says, nature has a message for you. Ground and tune in to receive it. How perfect is that? What a wonderful message. Thank you, Tiffany. Yes, Tiffany, that's right. With sick family members, you need patience. I totally understand that. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys all have a great, great week, and I will see you next week. I love you all. Good night.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.